Yeah, you know, I just live like a dreamer.
Yeah, every day I wake up. I see it.
Fast car, European, coasting on the weekend. Tired of day and night time, fighting got you speechless. Bitches in my rear, catching smoke like fuck a demon. Pennsylvania got me exotic when you see me.
Alright, sir, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, this is your boy Jade, aka the Trap Bastard, and we are here with Quar, bro, for real talk. And you know, we finna turn up this shit with Dreamer. It's on the way.
Facts. So, you have a rap name, then like a rap name.
My rap name is like my real name, so
Got you.
I always felt like if I used my real name, it'll just come off very authentic. And I feel like with names, it kind of like drives longevity in career. So why not go by my real name? I never get old of my name. I never get tired of it. And it's something that can stick around for a long time.
Where'd your parents get the name from?
My mom kind of said something like she mixed it with like Jada Pickett and probably Sade or somebody, you know.
Okay, you both had some taste.
Yeah, she had some. I'm the only person with my kind of name. Like all my brothers and sisters have like real common names, like real common names.
Yeah, got you. So how do you spell your name? Or how did your mother spell your name for you?
It's J-A apostrophe capital D lowercase I.
Got you. Okay, and then the Trap Bastard. Where does that come from?
I've been in the trap, and you know, I feel like I'm a bastard. You know, I didn't have my mom and dad had me out of wedlock. You know what I mean? So I'm a bastard, and I just put two and two together. So
Okay,
I'm a trap bastard.
got you. If you had to define your rap style,
It's rebellious. I feel like I dare to be different. I don't want to sound like nobody. Like I feel like if I come my authentic self, people are gonna have to love me for me in order to accept my music. So, and I don't want to join the wave that everybody else is doing just because that's what is hip today. Like, you know, I believe in longevity, and I believe in, you know, standing 10 toes in what I believe in.
Right.
So, you know, my rap style is very in tune with like my personality.
got you. It's interesting you say that because like your flow, you sound very similar to Brother Nipsey. So
Oh man, you know, Nipsey has a big influence on my life, and you know, like I tell people all the time, I feel like that's just a soulful thing. Like, you know, our mentalities are the same, and I don't really yell when I talk. I feel like that's where a lot of the similarities come off of, and you know, unfortunately, like, you know, I always say spiritual connections. Like, he died on my birthday, so I don't, you know, I feel like that presence is instilled in anybody that has a date connected to somebody. You know, I feel like y'all have very close similarities to that person, and you know, for me, I think that's a big, you know, that's a big compliment to me anyway, because I feel like, you know, for somebody that influenced me, you know, I push the sound as great as somebody of his stature. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and I repeat to him. You know, I forever think he a legend.
Facts. And those are some big shoes to fill. So when you hear your music and you hear people saying, "Oh, you sound like him," like for you, like to want to be rebellious and want to be very authentic, but then to sound someone who was a huge major piece of not only just rap but like LA and mentality and mindset. Do you ever feel that's like a heavy burden for you, or?
I feel like I'm myself, so it's like, you know, of course, I feel like people are gonna ask that, but I look at music and you know, you always get compared to somebody. So for me, I just know as long as I'm making music that sounds like me, and you know, anybody that know me, they you know, they could attest for my voice. Like that's how my natural voice sounds, just how I come off in my music. So, you know, I just keep creating like that and just keep putting it out.
Facts. All right. So how did you get into music?
Really just being, you know, depressed a little bit. You know, I didn't have nobody to vent to. You know, I was really rebellious on going to school and, you know, not really trying to, you know, listen to what my parents had. But I just had a different mindset where it was like I was more focused on progress, on actual real life versus me going to school. and people stay at school. You guys, I went back, I finished school, of course, but I just had at that mentality. I had to, figure out my life, and the only person that I felt like could understand me was a journal, and I would write in a journal.
Got you. So it sounds like you come from a big family. So was it not? So depression in the big family, was it depression like maybe no one was understanding you, or maybe you didn't know how to?
Yeah, definitely somebody not understanding me. I feel like the black sheep in my family. I'm very different. Like, I just move a different way. Like, I'm very observant. I'm more into like my spiritual self. So, to some people that may come off very different, and I just kind of tended to stay to myself and move on my own a lot. So, in that it was depressing because I didn't have a lot of friends around me where it was just like I'll go out every weekend and party and do all kind of things. I do that now, like, but back then I just, had a different view of things. Like, I didn't feel like anybody related to what I did, and it was depressing a little bit.
Got you. From hearing your very first song to your most recent song, where has your growth been?
More so just production and just, figuring out elements. And, they always want you to, you got to make music toward crowds and figure out how to express your personal, character into making somebody relate to that. And I think that's where the growth is coming, I've been working really close with a lot of producers that's, up and coming. Shout out DX, shout out 13, Have a lot of those three right there are like very big on like how I create my music now. We all kind of grew together and helped each other. And we just been working since I met him, since I moved to Atlanta.
Got you. When it comes to you, going into the studio, coming up with your songs, what topic or topics will you not touch as far as music?
That's not a topic I won't touch because I'm just that type of person. I feel like nothing should be excluded. Like, if it's something that's brought up and needs to be discussed, like we're gonna talk about it. And if it's on my brain, that's what I say. On my song.
If you weren't doing hip hop any longer, what would you be doing with your life?
I'd be a meteorologist.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that answer. Why meteorologist? That's interesting.
Man, shout out Jeff and Tori. I used to watch that as a kid. I didn't have cable growing up. The only channel I really had was the Weather Channel and Animal Planet.
Got you.
I would watch those two channels every day and just, seeing how the reactions of them walking in the storms and stuff, it was exciting for me. And, I would go outside every day and just try to calculate the weather for the day or, see how clouds move. So if I wasn't a rapper, I'd definitely be a meteorologist. Y'all can actually, when I'm done rapping, that's something I think I might do.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you're in Atlanta via Savannah. How has that move been for you? Like, were you rapping back in Savannah, or how'd the whole move come about for you?
Savannah is what birthed my rap.
Gotcha.
I started pretty late. Like, in high school, I was just on R&B singing more so. And I had a friend that, brought me to his house. He started rapping me like before I did. And, we started rapping. We got connected to a couple of ATL people that, had a little name in the city. They got wind of my music and, started coaching me up on how to...
You can drop some names.
I'm gonna say, like, my homie Swayze, free him. Like, we touched bases with, like, Casey the Beatmaster. He was a big mentor in my life. Like, as far as the industry goes. I remember Boom Man before I've been in Empire. I would call him a little bit. And he would, like, tell me, like, in Atlanta, you just have to have a good team around you. You have to have a good foundation. Same with KC, he would tell me that same thing. He said, you gotta have production too. So that's like, when I moved to Atlanta, I actually, met up with both of them, of course. And, they gave me a little advice, how to, perfect my sound and really just stay grounded in the lane.
Gotcha. So, with that being said, with the connections you have in Atlanta, are you trying to be signed to them? You want to be independent? What's your route?
I think for me, independent is always great, you know, but you just have to know what you're fighting against when you're in the independent route. I'm not against either way, you know what I mean? I feel like if it makes sense for me, then, you know, I do what's necessary, you know, whether that's signing or staying independent. If I can back myself independent, of course, like, you know, I've been doing that, you know, for a long time, you know what I mean, as an independent artist, really just trying to make a name for myself. It's paying off, you know, it's a lot of hard work, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But, you know, signing definitely does open a lot of gateways, so you just have to know how to maneuver in that, and you got to stay smart.
So, you have a pretty huge fan base. So, how's it as far as like local performances? Are you trying to perform locally? Are you kind of just trying to be in the studio only? Or?
Right now, I'm just, you know, I performed a lot around Atlanta. You know, moving here, I did. But lately, I've just been making a lot of songs and really just prepping for something big. You know, it's like, you know, I've been around a lot of different people, you know, that, you know, have made it in the industry, you know. And, you know, watching how they made it, you know, it inspired me, you know, let's come up with great work. You know, people always used to tell me, stack your bread, stack your money. Like, that's a big, you know, thing for independent artists, you know, have that money. You know, so I just been working on a lot of products. A lot of people been asking me where my music been. I took like 2 years off of dropping music. And I tell people, you know, I just wanted to perfect myself. I didn't want to rush greatness. And my homie, Hoodridge Rip, he always told me, he said, yo, you're a dope artist. You know, everything's just timing. Mm-hmm. So with timing, you know, that's what I'm working on now. Like, I'm waiting on my time, and I feel like it is my time now, you know, and that's why I'm, you know, releasing a little bit of music, you know, maybe music I did in 2018 before I drop, you know, my project right now called Dreamer. You know, I'm dropping just songs that I've created in the past.
Got you. So you came in with a Pink Floyd shirt, and it sounds like you may be interested in other genres. So besides hip hop, what other genres do you listen to?
Oh man, I listen to every genre. Like, I started, believe it or not, the first genre I ever listened to in music was heavy metal.
I mean, not in rock. You said heavy metal.
Yeah, my dad had all that playing in the house, and you know, I started liking it. I used to want to be like one, you know, rock star.
Right, absolutely.
That's just, you know, it's not my. I'm still a rock star, but I more so like became like into the lane of wanting to be a superstar instead. Just, you know, not on the rock wave, just kind of like authentic, like me.
Right.
Like wherever my life went, that's what happened.
That's what's up. 2 local artists who you have not worked with but you want to work with. Who's on your wish list?
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
PB Longway. And the reason I want to work with him is because I believe that his style is so authentic. Like, I feel like he is a big staple in Atlanta. Like, you know, and I always thought that. Like, I thought his flow was crazy. I thought you know, everything about him is dope to me. So that's somebody I definitely want to work with. You know, if you see this, you know, come on. Another person, I want to work with Lil Baby in Atlanta. You know, Lil Baby, I think, is on the path of an icon, and that's you know, I think he's that type of artist to me. You know, I see him grinding, and I see him putting in a lot of work in Atlanta. You know, you don't never hear no hateful thing about him. You know, he's not a hateful person, so that's a plus, you know, on his character. You know what I mean? So I definitely respect him and want to work with him. You know, everybody in Atlanta, I kind of want to work with. You know, I feel like Atlanta just got a lot of great artists out, and some of them that ain't even heard. Like, you know, I just want to work with a lot of people.
That's what's up. So let's talk about your latest project. What are you working on now? What's out? What's the vibe for you going on right now?
Man, right now we got Mick Foley out. Mick Foley was, I say, the start of my career. Yeah, I made Mick Foley based off of the wrestling character Mick Foley. I just was in the booth one day. I walked in on New Year's, And I was just like, man, we gotta focus. And I was like, I'm gonna suck them niggas up like Nigga Foley. Like, I said it just like that. He played that song, and it just, that's when that happened. Like, I just walked in the booth and freestyle and just made Mick Foley, and then I was like, yo, that's one of my favorite songs I ever made. Dreamer's on the way.
Okay, talk about that.
Dreamer is gonna be an introduction. It's very calm, different from what you're normally gonna hear. It's very more so into like my personal like life, where you'll get an understanding of me. Don't expect too much, you know, hype music on that one, because that's just not where I'm at right now. I'm not hype right now. I got the hype music coming for y'all though. But this tape right here, this is one of those, you get in your car and you turn your radio on and you bump it. You could smoke to it, you could drive, you could, you know, have sex with your girl, you know, whatever you want to do. You know, it's that type of vibe right there.
Nice. All right, so how can people find you on social media?
You can find me on social media at The Real Jade. That's TheRealJadi. And support the grind, you know.
All right, man, I do appreciate your time.
All right, thank you for having me.
No doubt. Peace.
Flight smoke so high, can't feel below my waist. Puff, puff, light one, you can't see my face. LBs on my eyelids, wear my shades. Clean Cartier when I land in LA. Fresh feet, shoe kick, game MJs. Weed in my bag, keep the big blue cane. Yeah, I'm so blessed, yeah, I keep a 7 just to bless.